Look at that.
Ever since the 1970s, the letter M has been BMW's code for performance. In those crucial early days, each and every M model was predicated on the car maker's motorsport activities. Only a select few wore the magic badge back then, helping the brand become a respected destination for BMW enthusiasts.
Well, it seems that things have become slightly more complicated in the modern age. M increasingly stands for mainstream. There are now 22 different M and M Performance models here in Australia, which helps explain the origins of this new pair, the X3M SUV and its coupe-like sibling, the X4M.
Arriving in Australian showrooms from September, this new M competition pairing are set to become the in-house tuner's biggest selling models, both here in Australia and abroad. The recipe is relatively straightforward. Take the donor X3 and X4, throw in a new inline-6 engine, stiffen the underpinnings, add big wheels and some not so useful embellishments. Oh, and finish it with a loud exhaust. The X3M starts at $158,000, the X4M at $165,000. But are they genuine M cars?
On the road? Well, let's just say that neither of these X cars really hide their sporty pretensions. The ride, it's firm. It thuds over cat's eyes and road joins. It's jiggly at low speeds, and even at high speeds, it's noisy in here. But, and this is a big but, these are M cars. They're meant to be sporty and athletic and turn heads. The dilemma here is whether there's enough performance on hand to offset that lack of comfort.
Helping the X3M and X4M stand out from the pack is a new 3-litre Turbo 6. The key figure is a 0 to 100 time of 4.1 seconds, which doesn't match either the Mercedes-AMG GLC 63 or the Alfa Romeo Stelvio QV. But on the road, the engine feels strong and more than a match for either car's 1970 kilogram mass.
Now there's a lot riding on this new engine because it will also do duty in the next M3. First impressions, it's probably not wildly different from the outgoing M3, but my first observations are that it does feel a little bit more metered and linear with its inputs, and the gearbox as well, it's a lot sharper and smoother with its shift. So overall you're getting, I guess, a more cohesive driveline than before, especially with all-wheel drive in hand. Up the ante, and the X3 and X4M begin to make a little bit more sense. The engine, it's brisk, it works really well. It's more linear, as I said, but it's really explosive out of corners. Elsewhere, the steering, the brakes, the body control, it all gels really neatly. This is beginning to feel more like an M car. I can't tell you whether it'll keep up with an M3 on a circuit. My initial suspicion is not, but on a twisty bit of road, these cars are actually a bit of fun, and that's the important factor here. So long as you're willing to put up with a bit of a bumpy ride, happy days. Now with all that considered, there is a bigger party trick, but you're gonna need a closed road to exploit it. A rear-biased all-wheel drive system, a clay pan and a limited slip differential. You put those three things together and you get this, oversteer. There is definitely some rear drive merit to this all-wheel drive system. It can't quite apportion all of its drive to the rear hoops, but there's enough there to have a lot of fun. Now at the moment we're in the MDM sport mode, so not even everything's turned off. And you still, look at that, you can still have a lot of fun.
Okay, back to reality. Claypan exploits aside, there are some strong practical traits to either M offering. ISOFIX child points, a relatively roomy layout for this segment, split folding seats, and up-to-the-minute safety and technology. It means the X3M and X4M tick the all-important boxes of modern cashed-up buyers, albeit for $40,000 more than an M3.